Hello, SquirrelTribe 2.0. So today I am going to be cleaning out my car for just a second so that we can go to Costco. Let me explain how this came about. So the kid's best friend spent the night last night, and they're sitting on the couch watching movies, and they're talking about foods that they like and foods that they've had and foods that they haven't had. And my daughter says to her best friend, "Oh my gosh, my favorite thing is the hot dog from Costco." At which point her best friend says, "I haven't had a hot dog since I was in like preschool." And then my husband, bless him, goes, "You guys want to go to Costco tomorrow?" To which they both go, "Yes." Not realizing that tomorrow is today, which is Saturday. We're going to Costco on a Saturday. For those of you who have ever been to a Costco in your entire life, you already understand why I'm wearing the shirt that I'm wearing. Swearing helps. Now listen, you can swear in your brain, you can swear under your breath, you can swear out loud, because it's going to be loud as all get out inside Costco. Nobody will hear you. Even if you scream for help, nobody's going to hear you, because it's going to be a frickin' zoo. I'm excited because I do love some Costco, but we also have to drive 2.5 hours to get to it because there's not a single Costco anywhere near us. So it's going to be a long road trip. We're all a little hangry already because we decided that we were going to leave around 10 a.m., get there around lunchtime, grab a little thing to nosh, right? That's where we use nosh, to nosh on, and then go into Trader Joe's, #1. Then after Trader Joe's, go to Costco. So it's going to be an interesting Saturday because I feel like everybody and their mama and their cousin and their aunties are all going to be doing the exact same things that we are doing, but they probably didn't have to drive 2.5 hours to get there. But now I have to clean out the car and put a cooler in the back because heaven forbid we want to buy something cold. It will not make it home in a 2.5 hour thing without being non-cold anymore. So I have to put the cooler back there. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to take the kid and her bestie to Costco and see what her friend thinks about their hot dogs, which are delicious. However, hot dogs in an enclosed car on the way back with, you know, them eating them or possible hot dog burps. I'm not looking forward to that part. But now to clean out the mom-mobile. We're on the way to the, what's it called, Trader Joe's and Costco, the Trader Joe's and Costco. And it's only a 2-hour drive, but I have the bladder the size of a squirrel, so hour and a half in, had to stop to potty. All right, so tell everybody exactly what we're going to Costco for, like the one thing that you give half a shit about.
Hot dog.
Yeah, like I said. All right, so we made a couple different stops along the way, one of them being Starbucks because I needed some caffeine with the matcha strawberry thingy, not much caffeine. So I also got an iced coffee because you can never have too much Starbucks caffeine. We also stopped and had lunch at Zaxby's, which was ridiculously tasty. Correct. Yep. Then we went to a mall. What was it called? Governor Square, whatever.
Yeah.
Bestie, do you want to be in it? Hey, little bestie, what's up? These are my little besties. So we went to a mall. They spent all my money at Spencer's, Hot Topic, GameStop. I think that's all the places. And then we went to Trader Joe's, got a bunch of stuff for my mom and for her mom and for her. And now it's going into Costco. But you see what we did here? You see how many cars there are? We parked out in, we call this East Bumblefuck. Could be a little bit more Western. But we parked out there close to the cart return because that's the safer way to do it. And now they close at 7, side note. I did not realize they closed so early, but thankfully there's no line to get in like there would be first thing in the morning. So I think if we worked this out correctly, how do you feel, sir? He gave a thumbs up. All right. All right, we have made it into the Costco. Actually, this is the most open Costco I've ever walked into. Normally where all that is, there's blockage so you can't see the checkout lines. So before you start shopping, you don't realize you're gonna stand in line for an hour and a half. This is a very wide open Costco compared to the ones we're used to. But now to run through, it's not busy at all. I don't know, this feels weird to me. I'm not used to walking to a Costco that doesn't feel like a rat race. So I will say that I wish Costco had scan and go like Sam's Club does because I've gotten very used to it and I like it a lot. And the first thing I did so she picked out toothpaste already. And the very first thing I did when I put the toothpaste down in the cart was I went to go scan it, but you can't do that with a Costco app. So for now, like a bunch of peasants just putting stuff in a cart. Bring them with us to put them to work to push the cart. Now that the water's on the bottom, it gets really heavy. But we're gonna get paper towels and stuff because I have a ton of Costco like reward money, I guess you could call it. So we're trying to spend all of it because you can only spend it in the store, which is absolutely stupid. Look, so these are the things I was telling you about, the reward certificates that I can only use in the store. They won't let you use them online, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. But we have so much of them from like the last 3 years that I didn't even realize we had to spend. All right, so we have finished the Costco run. I'll show you guys the receipt a little bit later and we'll go over this whole shebang. We are done. We will finally head home. At least we got it all in before the rain started, so that's a plus. I know this is a little different than we normally do on videos, but I wanted to show you guys Costco or whatever, but I want you to see this. So this is the Costco receipt, all right? We went to the one in Tallahassee, like I was telling y'all. And what's absolutely crazy is I had 3 of those rebate checks. So the rebate checks from Costco, for those of you who are not aware and are contemplating maybe getting a Costco membership, the rebate checks, I have the executive membership. It's like the $120 a year one. And every time you shop in there, you get like a cashback reward kind of thing, right? And when we lived in Georgia, obviously, we went to Costco a whole bunch because it was right down the street, right? I was in Costco all the effing time. Probably more at Costco than anywhere else besides my actual home. And I would get these reward certificates once a year in the mail, and I always forgot to use them. So, and I thought that they expired after a certain amount of time, and I would just throw them away because I'm a dumbass. But once we moved here to Florida, I would go to Costco every once in a while when we'd go back to Georgia, or I would order things online and have it delivered, because I kept my membership, right? But I knocked it down for 1 year, down to the $60 whatever one, and then I bumped it back up to the $120 a year one because you get much better deals and whatnot, plus you get the money back stuff. So I had 3 different certificates that I did not realize I had, and I went to go use them online one day. I was like, well, I've got them. I Googled everything, and Costco's like, no, they never expire. And I was like, wish I'd realized this sooner. So they never expire. So I got on Costco's website, and I filled my cart. I was like, honey, we got like $200 worth of stuff here. Let me fill my cart for $200 and, you know, get some free stuff. Get to the end, turns out you can't use those certificates online. They're for in-store only. So that was a waste of an hour, although I had fun just putting stuff in a cart for shits and giggles. So when Kevin decided we were going to go to Costco on a Saturday, I was like, well, at least the perk here is I can take these reward certificates, get a bunch of crap that I need, like the paper towels, toilet paper, water. I got new stuff, new dish sponges because I needed dish sponges. Because weirdly, Costco has blue ones, but Sam's Club carries like the yellow and green ones, and I didn't want those. I wanted the blue ones. So I was able to get a bunch of stuff. We get to the register. They ring all of it up. Now, I got a couple things for my daughter's bestie's mom that she cash apped me for later. So we take $20 off the total, $25 off the total of this because that was for her. But we get to the end and it all rings up after tax. We're at like $315, right? So then the first executive reward was $16.46, and you can see here where it takes everything off, which I think is absolutely amazing. So at the very end, we ended up spending what, like $142, and technically like 25 of that came back to me. And you guys saw the trunk was full. Like I had bags of stuff. Like we got a good amount of stuff. So I was very, very happy with that. The hot dog in the car on the way home did smell just as bad as I thought it would. And we learned that the kid's bestie does not like hot dogs. And that's without knowing what they're made of, which nobody should ever know what they're made of. Never read the back of a hot dog carton thingy, whatever. You don't need to know. If you like hot dogs, like them. If you don't, then don't. But don't decide if you like them or not based off the ingredients, because you will probably vomit in your mouth, just a hint. So we did all that yesterday. I wanted to tell you guys this. So look at this, all right? On Friday, I know I'm going backwards here. There's a place that we like to go to, Kevin and I, we go to for happy hour sometimes, just to like chill and hang out and talk and whatnot. And there's a bartender there named Tim that we really like, and his wife Tina works with him as well. And Kevin and I, y'all know, we're always in Buc-ee's t-shirts. I'm sure you've noticed that we're in Buc-ee's t-shirts a lot. So we're sitting at the bar one day, just shooting the shit, eating some pretzel thingies, the little whatever, I don't know what kind of pretzels they're called, but they're big fat pretzels you dip in the beer cheese or the mustard or whatnot. So we're eating the pretzels, and Tim makes a comment about our Buc-ee shirts, and he says, oh, you know, we're going to Jacksonville in a week or two to take my daughter back to there, and we always stop at the Buc-ee's there. And I was like, oh man, I haven't ever been to the Jacksonville Buc-ee's. And y'all, look what they did. I know this is loud. Look what they did. So number one, is this not my color? Is this not my color? They got me a Buc-ee's, technically it's Jacksonville, excuse me, but it says St. John's, Florida. But I'm super excited because I feel like this color is my color. So I'm excited about the beaver. Insert joke here. Anyway, so they got me that. And then we had been talking about how the kids' favorite holiday besides Christmas is Halloween. She wants to decorate the crap out of the house for both now that we're in the house, because we used to decorate for Christmas, at least in Georgia. In the apartments over the last couple years, we had like the tree, but we didn't really do anything because not a lot of space, right? So now that we're in the house, she's like, I want to get that big ass skeleton dude that hangs out in the front yard. I want some blow up Santa Clauses and Frosty the Snowman for Christmas. Like, she wants to go balls to the wall. So I'm telling them how, you know, the kid loves Halloween and Christmas and whatnot. And it turns out that Buc-ee's already has their Halloween stuff out. So they brought me this for her. It's the Buc-ee's, what does it say? Buc-ee's put a spell on me, and it glows in the dark. So Tina said that she kept this in the light, right? The whole ride home. And then when they got to the house, it was in the kitchen in the light. And then she took it into the closet, shut the door, turned off all the lights. And she says that this part glows, and there's something else that she said glows. I think it's the straw and maybe the top part. But either way, the kid and I have already decided we'll be fighting over this. But she said she's going to carry it around with her when she goes trick-or-treating. A lot of people might say that a 16-year-old, because she'll be 16 soon, that a 16-year-old trick-or-treating is too old. And you know what I say to that? F y'all, because I think a 16-year-old that chooses to still dress up and go trick-or-treating and have fun with her friends versus the other options that are out there, I'm 100% good with that. So I'm very excited about this for her and for myself. And then the shirt and the whatnots. And now let's have a serious discussion real quick. So there's a lot of stuff that I want to show you guys, right? Like a lot of stuff. And I want to be able to do a little bit of everything over here. Y'all know, because it's squirrel, right? Whatever. But the problem is, and here's my problem, I want to change the name of the channel. And I don't want you to look at me sideways when I say this and the reasons why. My main channel, right, which is news and whatnot, I would like to separate from that. I don't like how I sound when I say these kind of things, but I like the fact that this is me, right? And it's my life, and it's fun, and it's whatever. Sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's sad, not on purpose, but it happens because we have like legit conversations over here that aren't based off of a news headline or an article or whatever else like that. And I realize that because they have the same name, I don't tell as many people about this channel as I would like to. So it's not really helping grow the community in the comment section for you guys, because I don't tell people about it the way I want to, because I've gotten so much backlash from them being my other channel and whatnot. So I would like to change the name of this channel. And because I love y'all so much and you've been here for so long, I would love your input on what you think based off of who I am and what this channel is, what a good name would be, because it could literally be anything. We could literally call this the shit that comes out of Michelle's mouth. Like, that could be the name of a channel. I don't know if that's what we want to go with, but I'm saying we have options. We can do literally anything. Now, people will tell you, don't ask the audience, just do what you want to do. Y'all are audience. Y'all are family. Y'all are my YouTube family. Y'all are my squirrel family. And I don't know if I want to keep the word squirrel in there, if I want to get rid of it completely. I don't know what to do here, but I do know that I would like this to be a standalone. I don't want it to be in conjunction to the other one, right? If you've been here from day one of this one, you know I started this as a way to talk about the stuff I wasn't talking about on the main channel. I don't ever want to have to say main channel again. I want this to be its own thing, and I would love your input on how to do that and what to call it, because right now I'm a little kind of lost because there's so many things that I could call this. And of course, I don't want you to leave me. Please don't leave me. I love you. I have separation anxiety already. Don't go anywhere. But I want to do like a lot more than what we normally do. Sometimes the vlogging, you know, I'm trying to decide how I feel about it. I'm not sure. I prefer stuff in the kitchen only because it's like my comfort zone. But with y'all, I don't feel uncomfortable trying new things, and I would like to try different things. So this is step one in doing that. Renaming the channel is step one in trying new things and getting into a different comfort zone or level of lower anxiety, right? So I want your help because I trust y'all, because I love y'all, because your input means a lot to me, which is why I'm asking for your help here. But besides that, tomorrow I have the dentist, so pray for me, because it's the side where I'm worried about the teeth coming out. So if you see me later on tomorrow afternoon and I smile and something's missing, just go ahead and cry with me. Just go ahead and cry with me, because, you know. Anyway, that's that. I wanted to say SquirrelTribe 2.0, but I got to stop saying that because we need a new name. Anyway, so I'll say thank you, family. I love y'all immensely. We'll just say family for now. I love it. Thank you, family. I love y'all immensely. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your Sunday. The man and I are about to go see a movie because the kid would like the day to herself because she's been overwhelmed with people the last, first week of school, then the bestie sleepover 2 nights in a row, then having to be with her mom and dad in a car for hours on end. She needs a little reset time, so we're giving her a reset time today. And that's that. So you guys brainstorm for me, for our community here, what we want to call it. And then I'll see you guys later. I love you. Goodbye.